G'day guys, Revhead's back again with some more trashy obscure films, although a lot of you guys have probably seen quite a few of these, this time covering one of my favourite directors pretty much of all time in terms of entertainment value, the wonderful Cirio Santiago, a Filipino director who delved into the jungle action of films mainly, and post-apocalyptic type films like, you know, the Mad Max rip-offs, which he was pretty much renowned for. Sadly, he died in September 2008, which to me is quite sad, because he really did some fucking great stuff. So we'll kick it off with Equalizer 2000 with Richard Norton, with one of the most ridiculous firearms ever to be put to cinema. But don't let that put you off. It is fucking marvellous. I should even watch that again tonight. It's been some time. It's really entertaining. You know, Cirio's films are not big budget and whatever, not craftily sort of acted and whatnot. They're not that type of film. They're just pizza and beer type fucking viewing, and to me they are absolutely fucking marvellous. Again, Richard Norton is in this. I really can't even remember this. I watched it once. And what he did in quite a few of his films, he reused footage. And this may have reused footage from Equalizer 2000 from memory. But I have to go back and watch that again. I really can't remember an awful lot about it. Pretty much his best film in my eyes is Wheels of Fire. It's a Mad Max 2 rip-off. Not scene from scene per se, but it's not far off it, even down to the guy's clothing and whatever. But it's great. There's just so much violence. People are flamethrowered. There's a male rape scene which is just fucking hilarious. It sounds demented, but if you see the scene, you know what I mean. It's very funny. Mad Max cars whizzing around everywhere, stick fights, bloody squib hits, flamethrowers, everything. It's very good, very violent. Striker, same sort of type of film. Nowhere near as good, I don't think, anyway. Wheels of Fire, I found that much more entertaining. But the Aussie tape's missing a few little snippets of blood and violence. I can't remember specifics, but you know, it's still worth a watch. I still didn't mind it. Death Force, very hard to find tape on Sundowner. It's like a blaxploitation martial arts film. Sorry guys, I'm not even drunk, I'm losing my words. Yeah, I didn't think an awful lot of that. I may go back and watch it again, but at the time I didn't think too much of it. Cage Fury, a women in prison film. I still haven't watched that. I bought that off a fellow VHS collector, Conrad. How you going, mate? And I sadly am ashamed to admit I still haven't watched it, and this is amazingly still in the original K-Tel case, and they're the most fragile fucking cases ever made in existence. But yeah, I need to go and watch that. I don't know why I haven't. I just get sidetracked. Demon of Paradise with superb artwork. Very cheesy monster film. Look, I'll be honest, it's pretty dumb, but yeah, it's very entertaining at the same time. In the same vein as like Hell of the Living Dead and that, you know, if you watch it in that sort of respect, you'll like it. There is slow padded scenes in that, but you got to expect that, I guess. I didn't mind it overall. Silk, like a female action film. I didn't think an awful lot of part one. For some reason, I liked part two a lot more. It was a lot more violent, a lot more going on, scripting wise and whatever. And it was just a lot more fun, which is quite unusual for a sequel. But yeah, I found it much better. He was a producer of a lot of films too, and this is one of them. Eye the Eagle 2. There's 3 parts. I've only got part 2, and I found it quite weak. I mean, Cirio didn't direct it. He was a producer, as I say, but action sort of wise, I felt it really lacking. It bored me, but you know, I get bored pretty easy. But it wasn't an action film, not to me anyway. Last Stand at Lang I think that's how you pronounce it. This wasn't too bad as well. I mean, I love fucking jungle action as Vietnam films. It's my favourite sort of genre these days, whereas it used to be horror. But, you know, now it's this type of thing for me. It's quite hard to find that tape. It's an RCA tape, as you can see. But it was quite a good one. The Expendables, and yes, this is the original version of The Expendables. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do like the remake as well. But, yeah, I really like this. I mean, as you can see there, Vic Diaz was in so many of Cirio Santiago's films. And he usually died in gruesome ways, the poor bastard. I like Vic Diaz. I think he's wonderful. But yeah, look, Expendables is worth checking out. Killzone with David Carradine. I think it was pretty violent and such, but I don't know. It wasn't fantastic, but it's still not too bad. I mean, look, it's worth watching and that. Maybe I was just too tired and too drunk, which is probably the case. I mean, it's probably a fantastic film, but I was just in the wrong frame of mind. Killer Instinct. This is quite old. I think it's 1980 or something, and that is Robert Patrick from X-Files and Terminator 2. As you can see there, I'll shoot you, cunt. He doesn't actually say that in the film. I wish he did. Yeah, again, it was so-so. It's still worth a look. Again, look, man, I haven't watched these for a long time, but it's got killer artwork. But I will go back and check that out again. Final Mission, fantastic. I remember that one was very, very good. Another ex-Vietnam vet type fucking thing. Again, superb artwork. Wonderful. Black Valor. Right, this one, yeah, I don't know, man. I didn't really get into that one too much. It sort of bored me. It's also released here as The Technician with superior artwork on Rebel Video. It's not an easy one to find, this one. I don't even think I finished watching it, to be honest. The Losers is also known as Nam Angels. Yeah, it's quite a good one as well. I sort of expected more action, but you know, it's definitely worth a look as well. As is the Destroyers. I wasn't going to show this because it's in such fucking horrible condition, to be honest. But that was very, very good, very entertaining, action filled. They're not sort of heavy on scripting and these sort of films, but that's not what you watch them for. You watch them to see cunts blowing up, riddled with bullets, bashed to a pulp, that sort of thing, and they do deliver in that respect. Naked Fist, this is known as Firecracker in the US and other territories, and I haven't been able to confirm it, but I suspect that this one is cut, mainly when she jams the Arna sticks in some guy's eye sockets. It cuts away very quick. I mean, it's saying 77 minutes. Running times are never accurate, but I'm almost positive our version is cut. But this is just fucking fantastic. It ranks up there with Wheels of Fire, and it's a must. And last, but certainly fucking not least, coming close to my favourite film that he's directed, probably on par with Wheels of Fire, actually easily on par, is Naked Vengeance. It's an I Spit on Your Grave type rip-off, but it's absolutely fantastic. It's very, very violent. It moves along at quite a pace. There's plot holes all through the film, but man, you sort of come to expect that from Cirio films, and I don't know, it's just the way his films are, but I love them. I love his work. And I always used to wonder, this picture here, when I used to watch this film, in the Australian one, that was never in it, and it was like, what the fuck is going on there? And it wasn't until I got this US tape on Lightning, and I was absolutely blown away. I swear to God, man, this is 4 minutes longer. I've timed it, and I've spoke about this on Facebook and censorship sites and whatever. And yeah, man, it's 4 minutes longer. That whole sequence that I was just talking about here, I think she shoots him with an arrow or some fucking thing, and puts a boat anchor on him and drags him through the water and whatnot. It sounds lame, but it's a pretty fucking full-on scene. And the whole entire scene, the boat killing scene, was cut out on the Australian one. There was rapes, whole rape scenes lifted, shotgun blasts, you name it, meat cleavers in faces at the end and that sort of thing. A lot of stuff, man. Like 4 minutes is a lot of fucking footage to cut out. They're very bad on, you know, violence towards women and rape scenes and whatnot here in Australia. And yeah, this was fucking hacked. In my opinion, it was fucking hacked to pieces, unfortunately. So if you're going to get this, there's still no DVD, then track down this Lightning video US release. It's actually quite hard to find now these days, but it's the one to have. So that's about it. I mean, he did direct other films that I do not have. You would have heard of TNT Jackson. He directed that. Angel Fist. These ones I'm reading out, I've never actually seen. One Man Army, Future Hunters. I think that had Carradine in it. Live by the Fist. Cage Heat 2. And Firehawk. Another jungle actioner with Martin Cove from Steel Justice. And God, numerous other ones. Karate Kid and all that. You know Martin Cove. If you've seen his face, you'd know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I need to track those down. I love Cirio's work, and I need to get some more. So look, that's about all I have Cirio-wise at the moment, guys. So take care. I shall see you lot on the next one. See you guys.